Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna talk to you about semiconductors. In other words, chips, because the chip market has been in quite some issues in the last period. So today we're gonna see how we can also invest and leverage this chip shortage as well. So guys, thanks for tuning in. So let's first have a look at some research that has been done, because Gartner, which is one of the global biggest research facilities in the world, has said that the chip shortage is expected to persist until the second quarter of 2022. So the worldwide semiconductor shortage will persist through 2021 and is expected to recover to normal levels by the second quarter of 2022, according to Gartner. So this means that there's gonna be a shortage for the upcoming period, according to Gartner. And that's also why we want to sort of invest a little bit in this shortage, because we hope that once the shortage gets back again, that we can then by the end make quite some profit on this. So today we're going to show you how we've done that, and that's mainly by investing in one specific ETF. So guys, what are then these semiconductors, or for example like the chip companies? Well, these are for example ASML, which you might have heard from, but also Intel and Nvidia. And these I think are three of the biggest companies worldwide. And all of these are included then in the Vanguard VUSA semiconductor usage ETF. So this is an ETF that tracks a lot of different companies, mainly focused around semiconductors, around the chips. So if you want to invest in the chip shortage, this is our way of doing that. So guys, thanks for, by the way, watching this video. Also, thanks if you're watching this on live stream. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe and also give this video a thumbs up. That definitely helps out the channel grow as well. If you've got any comments, please leave them down in the comment section below, and then we'll try to answer them as soon as possible. So let's have a look at the fund description of this ETF. So the Vanguard VUSA semiconductor usage ETF invests in the overall performance of companies involved in semiconductor production and equipment. And what that means is this is an index that seeks to track the most liquid companies in the industry based on market capitalization and trading volume. The portfolio may include both US domestic and US listed foreign companies, allowing for enhanced industry representation. Companies must derive at least 50% of total revenues from the production of semiconductors and semiconductor equipment to initially be eligible for the index. In other words, they at least need to have 50% of their total revenue to come from the production of those semiconductors, so the production of chips. So if they don't get to that 50% target, then they won't be included in this ETF. So that's of course very good. Then let's have a look at a few of the fund details. So here we see the expense ratio right there in the middle is very low, around 0.35, so that's very low. And then the rebalance frequency is around semi-annually. And income treatment, that's very important, so that's reinvestment. So in case all of these companies make a little bit of profit, then that's going to be reinvested. So it won't pay out, for example, dividends, such as VWRL does. Then let's have a look at the risk level, because if we see here, then it's around 7. So you can see that that's sort of grayed out. So this is a little bit of the higher risk. For example, VWRL is at level 5. So that's a little bit lower risk. So at least something to consider. Also, if you need to balance out your portfolio, we definitely suggest you to really take a look at this level and see, okay, how much money do I want to invest as well in this higher risk category of an ETF. But still, it's a bucket of shares, right? So it's not investing in one specific company. You still cover a lot of different companies, but all within the same exact market, which is the chip production or semiconductors. So let's then have a look at the country that are included. So this is mainly the United States for around 75%. Also the Netherlands, of course, with ASML, that's around 13%. Taiwan and Switzerland as well, and then some others as well. So overall, a very heavy focus still on the US and a little bit of the Netherlands. So thanks for tuning into this video. Please help the channel grow. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and also please give this video a thumbs up. We'll be diving into the DEGIRO. So also, if you want to start investing using the DEGIRO, then definitely click the link down in the description to start investing. Companies can we see here? Well, we see ASML, so that's a very big part of the holding. So that's around 11.78%. So that's the biggest holding within this ETF. Then we've got Nvidia as well. We've got Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, Intel as well for around 8.5%. Qualcomm, that's also quite big. Broadcom, I think those are the biggest companies included that at least I'm aware of. Probably there are different ones that you might also recognize, but at least the ones at the top are, I think, very familiar. And this is a way to invest in all of these companies. So we're buying, if we would have around 9 of these ETFs, of these ETF shares, I should say, then we own around 1 full share of ASML. So that's pretty cool. So by just buying this one ETF, we get a very small percentage of all of these companies. So that's for us at least a good way to also keep the cost a little bit lower, right? Because this, as you will see in a second, also one of these shares of ETF is the price is fairly limited. So it's something that we can very easily buy into. But then on the other end, we do get a portion of all of these companies. So if indeed the whole semiconductor market will increase, we can also take a profit out of that. So that's very good. And in this way, we can really leverage that market. And it's very nice as well because it's commission-free ETF. So it's part of the list that the DEGIRO has, which is then commission-free. So we don't need to pay any commission. This is the ticker as well. It's the Vanguard Vectors Semicond, and then it's at the Borsa Italiana market. And you can indeed see that the semiconductor, we've bought them, I think, a while ago. I think around 1.5 months ago, actually. We've bought around 5 shares. So that's, I think, already a very good start with a total value of around 100 euros. We did already make a profit on this, so that's around 0.38% profit. Of course, overall, it's still not too much money that we've invested into this ETF, but still it's nice to also, if this market increases indeed, like that's just as expected, then at least we can also sort of take a profit out of that and really leverage that shortage. But then as you look at the total value of our portfolio, which is around 1,000 euros, then this is around the 10% value of our total portfolio. So still, I would say quite significant, but this will decrease in the upcoming period because I think we're going to keep this as is. So we're probably going to keep it at 5 shares. But then the VWRL, for example, down here, as well as the S&P 500, we're going to be increasing these 2 shares. So that's going to mean that overall, for you, sort of a learning experience, I would say, for you to also see how this then develops in the upcoming period. And for now, at least, you can see that we are in the plus. So that's good. And we've made around 0.38% of profit. And then we can quickly, which was somewhere, I would say mid-December, I think around, yeah, the 21st of December, as you can see. And then the highest point is around 21 euros. And that's actually what it's currently also trading at. So it's trading around 21.08. So that's very good, I would say. You can see a very significant increase in just a year, actually, right? It increased around 5 euros. So I would say that's very good. We can also have a look at a little bit of a longer period. Oh, no, that's not possible because it only started back indeed in early December 2020. So guys, we hope you learned something today. I think it was a very short one, but also it's something very interesting for you. If you also want to start investing, then definitely use our link down in the description. Leave this video a thumbs up if you haven't done so already, and we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Cheers.